And helping us with this tonight is a past district governor, Chris Jones, past district governor from District 7680 in Charlotte. And he was governor 2012 and 2013. But that's not all. He is a zone coordinator for membership that is at the zone level. And we have a two-zone combined, zone 33 and zone 34, that we work together. He's our zone membership coordinator appointed by Rotary International. So he's a big shot out there. And he helps to train district membership chair at the zone level. Also, you won't know this, but Chris also is a president of International Fellowship of Motorcycle Riders. He can tell you more about that when he comes here. But would you join me this afternoon to welcome past district governor Chris Jones to address this question for us? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's wonderful to be with you, and thank you so much, Governor Isaac, for the invitation to come into your district and talk to you about one of my favorite topics, membership. And as Isaac said, I want to talk a little bit about strengthening your membership, but I also want to give you a little background and some fodder, if you will, as to what's going on relative to membership and some of the areas that we need to focus on as an organization. First of all, I want to ask you a question. How many of you believe that we're a service organization? Let me see your hands. Okay. I'm going to challenge you on that, because really what we are is a membership organization. Service is our product. It's what we do. It's what we deliver. First and foremost, we have to have our members to be able to deliver the service. So while we have this three-legged stool of public image, membership, and foundation, the real linchpin of all of that is membership. Everything drives around our membership. And it's not the quantity of membership that matters. It's the quality of membership. I'm a big believer in quality will breed quantity. It doesn't work the other way around. So we have to start off with quality membership and go that direction. So a little bit of background for you. First of all, you hear Rotary International talk an awful lot about the fact that we have a retention issue in Rotary. And I'm here to tell you we don't have a retention issue. So understand that. We as an organization do not have a retention issue. In fact, listen to this statistic. Trade associations in North America run about an 85% retention rate. Rotary International runs an 85% retention rate. We don't have a retention problem. And in our zone, by the way, we're running 86% retention. Now, my organization, the Rotary Coordinator team, talks about this in terms of attrition. So we look at it from how many we're losing, and we compare that to how many we're bringing into the organization. So here's the challenge. We're running 14.2% attrition. We're running just shy of 12% in attraction. We're just not bringing enough people in to overcome our issue of the people that are walking out the door. Here's another statistic for you to think about. 1/3 of our clubs, this is a generic number, not specific to your district, but 1/3 of our clubs are causing 80% of our membership loss. 1/3 of our clubs, 80% loss. Which means 2/3 of our clubs are okay. And the way it breaks down, believe it or not, is that 1/3 of our clubs are in a very fragile state. Membership can go one way or the other if something changes. Meaning that those that are just kind of teetering along, maybe not quite getting there, they could all of a sudden go the wrong way, or they could go the good way. And then 1/3 of our clubs are doing a great job of membership growth, but they're not doing enough of it to overcome the 80% shrink we're losing from the bottom 1/3. So, and I can tell you with 80% certainty, actually 90% certainty, the problem clubs in any district, because I have the trend analysis to show the clubs that have been a problem in terms of membership year after year after year, and I can show you the clubs that have been growth clubs year after year after year, and I can show you the clubs that have been teetering one way or the other year after year after year. And they're consistent. The same clubs fall into the same categories pretty much year after year after year. So all of this is very predictable. And all we have to do is take a look at the data and then make some decisions about what we want to change. One of the key things to all of this, in terms of our membership growth, is having some intention behind what we want to do. Intention. So in other words, we can't go to our clubs each week, open the doors up, and say, we're here, where's everybody else? Because that strategy is hope. And I'm here to tell you that hope is not a strategy. It won't work. So we have to put some processes in place, some intentional strategic practices in place so that we can grow our membership. And unfortunately, Isaac didn't give me 4.5 hours tonight to go through the whole membership seminar. But I can tell you that we do have one that we can walk you through, and we can teach you the exact steps that you need to take as a club to grow your membership. And we have guaranteed strategies, and the clubs that are implementing these strategies are seeing success. And I'm seeing clubs that have been in that middle third move into the top third. And I'm seeing some clubs that are in that bottom third move into the middle third. But they're implementing those strategies because they're proven and they work. I also talk about the top 5 strategies that are guaranteed to fail. And again, we don't have time to get into that this evening, but I see it time and time again. And the issue there is that clubs take the easy way out. You know, they'd rather go and spend $1,000 on a newspaper ad to bring people into their club because that's really easy. You know, they just offloaded the responsibility to the newspaper. They did nothing else. They spent $1,000. I'll tell you what, if you want to have some fun, go to the bank, get out 1,000 $1 bills, and throw them down the street and watch Pandemonium. It's a lot more fun to watch, and you'll have just the same amount of success. So, anyway, in terms of strengthening our membership at our club, I'd like you to close your eyes and think about this for a minute. Does your club look like Nordstrom or the dollar store? And I'm very serious about this. Think about this, because when a person comes to visit your club for the first time, what is it that they're seeing? What is it that they're experiencing? You know, we go week after week after week. In fact, we not only go week after week after week, but we go to the same table and sit in the same chair. We don't see different things. We don't see what's going on in our clubs. But if you go back to your club this week or next, and you look at your club from a new person's perspective, does it have a dollar store mentality, or does it have a Nordstrom mentality? Now, which one do we want? This would be an easy answer.
Nordstrom at a dollar store price.
Nordstrom at a dollar store price. Well, bottom line is, we do want to be able to deliver that top quality service. We're club leaders. Some of us are past leaders, some of us are current leaders, some of us are future leaders. But we're all club leaders, so we can make a change in the way that our clubs operate. And who are our customers?
Our members.
Who are our customers at the club? Our members. Okay? So as club leaders, we have to look at our club members as our customers and treat them the way that our customers should be treated. Because guess what? If we don't do that, what are they going to do?
Leave.
They're going to go somewhere else. And there's a lot of options out there. In every community, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of other places they can go serve. And oh, by the way, they can go serve for free. Okay? So it's about a value proposition. We got to make sure that if we're charging our members the right to be in our organization, what is the value that we're providing back to them? And we have an impact on that. We have control of that, and I encourage you to take a look at that. You have a team. You have a committee. How many of you are in a club where you have a membership chair? Let me see your hands. Membership chair. Okay? How many of your membership committees have just a membership chair? So, as Sister Governor Chuck talked about earlier, I think it was you, talked about you got to delegate. You need to have a team to delegate to. Your membership committee cannot be a committee of one. definitionally, a committee can't be only one person. So drive your membership committee, because that's what's going to drive your club. The club, the new club that's just getting started, the Satellite Club. What's the name of it again? Hudson. And we got a person in there that is the champion of that club, knocking everything down and making that club grow. That's who we need as a membership leader of our committee in our club. Setting the goals, setting the strategy, setting the excitement, setting the inspiration to bring people into this great organization, the greatest service organization on the face of the earth. So there are four basic steps to the life cycle of a Rotarian. I'm just going to cover those very quickly. First of all, you've got to have lead generation. And that's about establishing where you're going to get your folks from. The easiest way to do that is to do what I call a gap analysis from what your Chamber of Commerce offers in terms of the vocations in your area and the vocations in your club. And when you find the gap, those are the ones you want to get a strategy together for and go out and talk to. That's the easiest thing to get done. So put your leads together. Go have one-on-one conversations with everybody in your club. What doesn't work is for the president to stand behind the podium and say, we need 5 new members. Who's going to go out and help me find them? Nobody's going to commit to that. But if you walk up and you say, Sonny, how are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
I really need your help with something. I noticed that we're down a couple of members, and I really would like to see what you do, who you know in terms of who can come join our club. Would you do me a favor and take a look at your Rolodex or in your cell phone and find a couple of people to invite to a future meeting?
I'll do it.
You'll do it. Thank you so much. Okay? But it's a one-on-one conversation, a one-on-one ask. You know, you mentioned earlier that you have no leverage over Rotarians. You cannot force a Rotarian to do anything. But you can hold Rotarians accountable. You can ask them a personal question. You can ask them to get something done. You can get them to agree to a timeline and then come back and check on that and see how we're doing. Okay? So you don't have a leverage. You don't have a paycheck that you're going to take away from them. You can't suspend them. Okay? But you can have one-on-one conversation. Because who do we bring into Rotary? What type of people do we bring into Rotary? Volunteers, but they are passionate, but they're also community leaders. Okay? So you shouldn't have to do a whole lot of hand-holding and pulling to get people to do things. By the way, one of my other pet peeves, we don't recruit people to Rotary. Because if you recruit to Rotary, guess what? You just opened yourself up to a new job. Because now that you've recruited them to the organization, you have to recruit them to pay dues, you have to recruit them to come to club meetings, you have to recruit them to show up to fundraisers, and the job of recruiting just never ends. But if you attract people to Rotary, in other words, you put a value proposition out there and get people excited, and they say, yes, I want to do that, I want to be a part of that. It's amazing what you do. Now you've got somebody who's vested, who's really excited, who wants to be in the organization because they want to be there, not because you twisted their arm to be there. When you twist arms, the arm twisting doesn't stop. Who needs another job? Anybody? No, I don't either. So let's set the attraction methodology up so that they come. But you have lead generation is number 1, attraction is number 2, and I have 10 guaranteed attraction methodologies that work. If you want those, send me an email, I'll send them to you. And the next piece is onboarding and training of our Rotarians. So how many of your clubs, when new members join, actually go through an onboarding or a training process for the new members?
Twice.
Twice. Okay. So there may be an opportunity for some of our clubs there, but we need to have a formalized onboarding program so that our members feel valued and part of this organization that they just wrote a check for to be a part of. Right? We got to give them something back for that money that they gave to us. So that's part of that onboarding process. And then the last piece is retention. Okay? So we've got lead generation, attraction, onboarding and training, and then retention. And the retention comes through in the training component. And it comes through in getting people engaged in our club. How long do you let a member be a member before you ask them to be part of a committee? 5 minutes. That's the right answer. Absolutely. Okay? So many of our members leave within the first year, and through our surveys we understand this, they left because they never got a job. They were never asked to do something. They were never asked where their interests were in Rotary. How many of you believe that whatever somebody's interest is, we have something to satisfy them inside this organization? We do. There is something for everybody. We just have to ask. We have to learn about the individuals, and then we have to help them get to where they need to be. Last but not least is measurement. If we're going to put an expectation out there, if we're going to grow our clubs by or our membership by 7%, Isaac, is that what you said?
That's it.
7%. So Isaac needs to measure how we're doing as a district against that 7% goal. Okay? What gets measured gets done. Very important. So at your club, I would hope that you would set a goal of nothing less than what percent?
22.
Well, you got 20, but what's the district goal?
7.
7. So at your club, you want to set a goal of nothing less than 7%. Because if you get there, then you'll be in good shape. So I'm going to wrap this up because Isaac only gave me 15 minutes to talk this evening. But I want to ask you this question. And I want you to think about this and maybe jot it down on your paper or in your phone or put it in your mind. But I want you to really come up with an answer to this question. What are you going to do differently when you leave here this evening in terms of membership to help our organization continue to serve the communities that we serve? The last thing we want to be is the last generation of Rotarians that have served our communities. Thank you all so much for your time.